But then are they using in a real fight situation? For somebody who's lighter and doesn't have all the exercise like a pro wrestler, right? If somebody shoots him in a nightclub, he can change, he can move out with the Wing Chun concept, the techniques, right? According to the concept, the techniques to move out. So, but he could not wrestle the guy now. Waste of energy and he open too, right? So, but it's fantastic. And all this tournament sport is beautiful. But then you always have to go back to reality. Because all this like boxing is very limited. That's why 36-year-old pro boxing stops, because it depends on your age a little bit. And then also you have not much weapons. Okay, so you don't learn how to defend against attacks. You do the jab, it's because it's sport. You're very open. You can do these things, but if the guy kicks you going and your hand can't reach him, but then he will oof, right? So I want you to understand things, and this is what we're trying to do here with this program. So Wing Chun is designed for the mass of the human race. So that's why it's a system that works with everybody. It's not limited on age, acrobatic, and force. This means nearly everyone is not badly disabled, like no arms, of course, no legs, and this is something else. But as long as you have your limbs and you're in normal health, and if you have asthma, we have little, so you can still do Wing Chun. But if you want to grapple and you need lots of stamina, so when you have asthma, you could do it. Because you're limited because of the air, right? So you need the economic look at even like Grandmaster Yipman, he had throat cancer and he was still moving very well after 70. So it's good when I have some students that are like 60, 70 years old in Germany and they move well and they can still defend themselves for their environment, where they live, the people they have to deal every day. Okay, you're not dealing with some supernatural person. If the supernatural powerful person comes, you buy him 6-pack beer and say, hey man, you're my friend. That's not your environment. Okay, that's why I want you to think realistic. That's what Wing Chun is about, to make you think realistic. No? I did some other arts before, it was fantastic. But the only art I really learned is Wing Chun and Eskrima. But I study the other arts, understand, so I can apply my Wing Chun, understand the physics of it. So that's why Wing Chun makes you really much more focused on self-defense. It's a totally different story than all the other, what the styles are designed for, you know? And they're beautiful. Simple art, they're beautiful in what they're doing. But then I want to protect myself, and I have always trained and then become that good so I can give my knowledge to help the people that need it. You know, I'm very happy he's a big boy, and I come see him, and I'm teach him because he's smart. He's a good person, but still, you know? He's shy, he wants to, you know, he gets self-confidence. Sometimes very big people are very shy too. And then on the other hand, but mostly I care about you people. They're like toothpicks, you shy, you right? And people look down at them, so I don't help those people because that's where I come from too. And that's why it should help me. And today I'm strong, I can afford to be friendly, but mostly I can help these people. That's the idea. In all these programs, what they're doing is not techniques. Applying the physics of nature or applying events. But as long as we build like this, it's one way of fighting. Close your fist, hit, punch or grab, right? Okay? So we first learn things and we don't give headbutts because we need that to think. Right, first and second, if someone like this gentleman gives me a headbutt, he probably will knock himself over and miss it. When you don't forget, I mean, these things are people show you headbutts and all, fine, fantastic. But hey, hang on a minute. Who is your opponent? The guy who's victimized is bigger than you want to give him headbutt, maybe you just give him the wrong corner, and you get dizzy, and then you do his breakfast. So just think about these things. So that's why Wing Chun is much more logical. Okay? So as I said, as long as you have built like this, there's only one way of fighting. So we can use just the idea, or the question is, how do we use our limbs to defend ourselves or to fight? So some people do this, some people like this, some people like this, and then children like this. Okay? So it's about the economy of motion. How much time and what type of big funny movement I need to get there. Yeah? So which motion is more direct and less time consuming and shorter time and distance and more protective while I'm attacking? Remember, look, if he gives me an easy jab, I can look like this, or I can look like